Hi folks, this is Ricoberry's Dolphin Project. We're live in Taiji, Japan. We're up on Takababi Mountain, overlooking the Cove. We have a pod of dolphins that they are trying to drive into the Cove. They don't have them in there quite yet. We first spotted this drive at 10:15 this morning, and it's now 5 till 11 in the morning here. Looks like the dolphins have gone down. The boats are turning around, waiting for them to come back up. You can probably hear the poles banging. These dolphin hunting boats are called banger boats, and that's because they have these long metal poles that the hunters can put into the water, and then they bang on them with hammers, and it basically creates an acoustic wall of sound, an acoustic hell for the dolphins. They capitalize on dolphins' most sensitive just checking something. Dolphins are extremely acoustically sensitive, and they capitalize on that. Dolphins use a very sophisticated type of sonar called echolocation, where they send out sounds, clicks and whistles, and it bounces off objects around them, and that's how they perceive and interpret their environment and their world. All this banging is completely disorienting and terrorizing the dolphins right now, and they're just trying to get away from it, which is exactly what the hunters want. That's how they drive them where they want them to go. Sorry folks, the visibility is limited here, and they're still kind of down to the right, and the view's obstructed by the shrubbery. These dolphins are putting up a fight. They are not going to go into the cove easily. Looks like there's a skiff coming out to help. Oftentimes the skiffs will rev their engines and right in front of the dolphins to push them where they want them to go. Looks like they're all just banging and waiting now for the dolphins to come back up. tripod a little bit. It's just not a good view right now. If you're just joining us, this is Rico Berry's Dolphin Project. We are live in Taiji, Japan. We're on Takababi Hill, which is directly above the Cove. The hunters have a pod of dolphins that they're attempting to drive into the Cove. They don't quite have them in there yet. They went out this morning at about 6:35 to hunt, and we noticed the formation down to the south at about 10:15. And they drove them pretty quickly up to this point. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. here. You can see the skiff just revving his engine, going around and around. And folks, this dolphin hunting season takes place every year from the beginning of September until the end of February. The hunters go out in search of innocent dolphins that are just going about their own business and happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is driven by the captivity industry. There is tremendous profit. Lots of money can be made for selling a live caught, wild caught live dolphin who's trained to dolphin in the world. They can fetch up to 6 figures. So a dead dolphin and dolphin meat is not worth enough to sustain this year round. And there's not much of a demand. Most people here don't want to eat dolphin and whale meat. Looks like they got them now. I can't see the dolphins. Probably under the shrubbery. So please share this live stream. Tell your family, your friends, your coworkers. Go to ricoberriesdolphinproject.com. You can click on the Take Action link and see calls to action, things that you can do at home to help the dolphins, and take the pledge not to buy a ticket to a dolphin show. I'm gonna move locations. Guys, bear with me a second. See there. They are dropping the first net, so it does look like they have them all in the cove now. Okay, folks, I'm going to relocate again. Bear with me, I get up on a ladder here. Okay, folks, can you see the dolphins? Let me try to zoom in. They're swimming right between those nets. These dolphins are swimming in tight circles together. They're completely terrified. Skiffs are using their engines to scare them and push them in further. My goodness. Imagine what that sounds like to these dolphins. Completely terrified. They are. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is Risso Dolphin Project. We're live in Taiji, Japan, on Takababi Hill, up above the Cove. What you're looking at is a pod of dolphins that are netted in the Cove. We first spotted this drive down to the south at 10:15 a.m. It's now almost 11:15 a.m. They drove them pretty quickly into the Cove here. Sorry, we've got a team right in front of me that's trying to get some photographs, so I'm trying not to give you a picture of his head. Completely terrified, circles, staying close together. They have no idea what's going on here. This morning they were just minding their own business, swimming, playing, looking for food. And they just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Dolphins are very curious. I've gone dolphin and whale watching many times and seen them in the live, and they will approach the boats. They are curious, and this is such a complete breach of their trust. They've committed no crime, and their lives and their freedom, or both, are going to end today, and we're witnessing their last moments ever as a family. And folks, this is driven by the captivity industry. They may say that it's culture and tradition, and it used to be, very well it used to be, but there is not a demand for dolphin and whale meat, and they don't make money off of that. They don't make enough money to have 12 boats, 24 men go out every single day from September until the end of February. The driving force is that this is very profitable. They make a lot of money selling these dolphins to these amusement parks around the world. So what you guys can do is share this live stream. Go to Rick O'Berry's Dolphin Project. We have social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Take a pledge not to buy a ticket to a dolphin show. You can click on our Take Action links and find calls to action, things you can do to help. And the big thing, I think, is education and outreach. Spread the word. Everybody needs to know about this. This is where your entertainment comes from. Sorry, folks. Let me see if I can lift this up. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is Rick O'Berry's Dolphin Project. We're live in Taiji, Japan, on Takababi Hill up above the Cove. You're looking at a pod of dolphins that has been driven in and netted into the cove. Sorry, folks. The hunting boats went out at 6:30 a.m. and we first saw this drive down to the south at 10:15 a.m. They drove them pretty quick. It took about an hour to drive them north and make the turn and go along the peninsula, past the harbor, and then into the cove. And they are netted in the cove now. They've got 2 nets up. They're swimming tightly together, terrified as to what's happened to them. They've already been terrorized for hours just to get them into the cove. And it's not over yet. The worst is to come. Their torture is just beginning. Thank you for joining us, folks. I know this is hard to watch. Your support means so much to us, to see that you're here, you're watching, you're sharing. It means a lot to us and to the I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear them pulling the tarps across now. They do that down below right on the killing beach so that we can't see when they actually do the slaughter and the captive selection process. To drive them north and make the turn and go along the peninsula past the harbor and then into the cove. And they are netted in the cove now. They've got 2 nets up. They're swimming tightly together, terrified as to what's happened to them. They've already been terrorized for hours just to get them into the cove. And it's not over yet. The worst is to come. Their torture is just beginning. Thank you for joining us, folks. I know this is hard to watch. Your support means so much to us, to see that you're here, you're watching, you're sharing. It means a lot to us and to the I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear them pulling the tarps across now. They do that down below right on the killing beach so that we can't see when they actually do the slaughter and the captive selection process.